Greetings and welcome to Jefficho Films. You know, for Alien knockoff movies, this is one of my favorites. Alien came out in 1979, and 3 years later in 1982, Forbidden World hit theaters, trying to jump on the sci-fi creature craze. It's considered a cult classic, and rightly so. In 1983, it won 3 Saturn Awards for Best Special Effects, Best Makeup, and Best Low-Budget Film, if that's a category. Now, I've already reviewed Dead Space, which is its remake, and it's not as good, but it does have its own charm. So let's review Forbidden World, also known as Mutant, or in some rare corners of the world, Subject 20. This movie starts out with problem fixer Mike Colby and his robot sidekick Sam on the spaceship Searcher 7. Colby wakes up from cryosleep and is under attack by the usual Roger Corman footage. He also has a lot of flashes of the movie that we're about to see. Did I mention Sam has a terrible robot voice?
It's good to be here in your pleasant custody.
They get new orders to go to the planet Exarbia, to a research lab in the middle of a desert.
Because we can take experimental risks here in isolation that would be unthinkable back home.
Mike meets Dr. Barbara Glasser, played by the lovely June Chadwick of V fame and This Is Spinal Tap. We also meet Dr. Gordon Hauser and Tracey Baxter, a research assistant. Colby enters the lab of dead animals, and we see Subject 20 is a metamorph, and it's put itself in the incubator. It's in a cocoon right now, but don't expect a butterfly.
Keep it clean, that's the rule.
Nothing messy goes in, nothing messy comes out.
It causes mess and killed all these animals, but of course the doctors don't want to kill it. Jimmy has got to clean up the lab. Worst job ever, but at least he's got his kick-ass music going. I probably wouldn't look so closely under that unprotected glass though. Tracey shows up and we have to ask ourselves, is it killing him? Or is he throwing himself through the glass? Jimmy dies, but at least he got to sleep with Tracey. His life wasn't all bad. Well, all the animals in the lab might have died, but at least his cute hamster's still alive. I really do like the almost sister relationship between Tracey and Barbara. Not too long after they move Jimmy's body, everyone goes to sleep for the night. Well, maybe not Barbara. She has other ideas.
I hear you're the best troubleshooter in the Federation.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Want to, see some trouble?
I guess we'll never know what goes on behind closed doors. Oh wait, Earl's gonna watch them through the monitors, sitting there all sweaty. That's not creepy at all, Earl. Earl does get distracted by an alarm going off, so he goes to investigate, and we still get flashes of the sex that is going on. I don't know whether this is Earl's imagination or just another reason to thank the editor. We do get a hint that there was another researcher there when Earl starts taking something out of one locker and then put it in Barbara's, because, again, Earl, that's not creepy at all. Maybe it's the one that Barbara was trying to tell us got killed by Subject 20 and then, Gordon cut her off. Well, Earl does get killed by an unseen creature, but we still get a lot of flashes of Barbara on top of Colby.
She's got an awfully nice bum.
Doc doesn't seem bothered by the skull moving or the deterioration of the body happening so quickly, and for a place that cares about decontamination, you can tell by all the blood on his lab coat that he really gets into his work. Also, pretty sure we get the same outside shots as Dead Space. The next day, Tracey has her hangover sunglasses on, and if you didn't get enough nudity from the love scene, don't worry, she's gonna go have a steam bath. And who should happen to come by? Colby. Him simply warning her of the dangers was enough kindness for her to fool around with him. I mean, what about Jimmy? He just died. And Mike, what about Barbara? You futuristic man whore, you.
And you came to warn me?
Whoever.
Thanks. You know something? You look like you could use the steam bath.
Well, as a matter of fact, I had a hard night.
After some half-naked flirty banter, they get attacked by the creature that was watching Tracey from above, and everyone arrives there, which makes for an awkward scene.
It's growing. It's getting bigger by the minute.
What is that thing, Hauser? Proto-B and what?
Just stick with your charter, Colby. Just figure out a way to trap it.
You figure it out. I'm not going back in there.
Hey, easy. You want to know what I want to know? I like to know what you and Tracey were doing in there dressed like that.
Explaining your scars, no doubt.
So a small team of them heads outside, and we get a warning that any longer than an hour outside, you'll be exposed to nitrogen narcosis. Also, the cameras in the control room are able to get impossible angles, which is amazing. They see another cocoon attached to the rocks above them and fire lasers at it. Why is the robot inaccurate? And also, what shoots the robot? A ricochet from the rocks? Inside the facility, Doc is getting way too excited what's happening with Jimmy's body. And outside the facility, we find out the alien got much bigger. And also, you shouldn't stand near holes. Somehow, of all places, the vents lead straight to the control room. And that's where Tracey... Oh my god, Tracey, get out of there. It's right behind you. Like any movie that's trying to be 100% accurate with its science, they sit around and speculate, trying to figure out what these cells and this monster and creature is trying to do. We learned it was created when Anne volunteered herself as an incubator. That's about the stupidest thing you do, is put a life form inside you that you don't know anything about. Now the next scene, Tracey and Bob are just standing naked, getting a shower from strange pulsating lights. And a lot of people will tell you that this is just plain sexploitation and they just want to show off the girls getting naked and there's no reason for them to have their conversation in the shower. But I disagree. There is a diseased creature running around infecting people, and showering might be the difference between living and becoming this.
The metamorph is only half Proto-B. What's the other half?
With people being killed off left and right, and all the other research animals slaughtered, this little guy is my hero. Look at him run.
We'll have to tell the others.
No, you saw how they reacted. We'll have to do this ourselves.
After the shower, the girls brilliantly decide to go try and communicate with the creature, and it can communicate through sweet funky music. Barb also feels that it can interface through the computer, so she has some messages with it, and the messages are hilarious. Please stand by. Barb, get the fuck out of there. Poor, sweet, beautiful Barb. She was a babe. Mike decides that he has to go deal with it, but it's cocooned again. And Sam finds out that Cal has cancer and that he's injecting his cells into the living tissue of the creature that's in the lab. And then he just randomly starts shooting it. Brian finally decides to do something in this movie, and his brilliant idea is to crawl around the creature in the cocoon and try to fix something. The creature pisses on him, and he's electrified.
Brian, Cal has a solution. Get out of there.
Damn, wait a sec. Something just shorted. Hold on, let me fix it.
Cal gets Mike to remove the cancerous tumor by hand, and Tracey's just taking so long with the morphine, and Cal dies during the procedure, and there's so much unnecessary screaming. In the final battle, the creature attacks. Sam the robot gets ripped in half, even though he had a ranged weapon and didn't have to get that close. Tracey throws glass beakers at it, because that's gonna do something. And Mike takes that little ball of tumor cancer and puts it in the creature's mouth. It's instantly affected, throws up, and dies. Just like in the beginning, the movie ends with flashes from the movie and some sweet funky music. It's hard not to enjoy this movie. I heard the DVD actually has the original Allan Holzman cut, which was rejected by Roger Corman because he just wanted straight on sci-fi horror, and this one actually has humor, so I'd really like to see that one. In the end, Forbidden World is a fun, enjoyable bad movie with good monster effects, beautiful women, and a rugged man horror of a hero. What's not to like? As always, thanks for watching.